This is my walk around and explanation of my new stock car, track car that I got. I've only had this for about a month now. I'm gonna walk around real quick and see if I can explain everything that I know about it and show everything to you. This is a left-hander chassis. It's a, as you can tell, tube frame car. It's got an 5-star Impala body on it. It doesn't look like an Impala, but it's what they call their Impala. It's like a NASCAR back in the day when they used to have the bodies that didn't much look like them, but it's got the stickers that look like it. Pirelli P0 slicks, 15-inch wheels. You can tell they're all the same. I know they say right rear on it, they're switched up. Last time I drove it, I switched it up to try to get some better even wear on it. Here in the back, you have a 70-degree spoiler on it. As you can see right there, it says 70 degrees on the corner. I don't know if you can see that. The tape here is covering a vent for the fuel cell in the back. Cover that up to keep moisture out of the fuel cell. Brake lights, rain lights on the back. This here is the intake for the helmet blower. Goes all the way over there. There's an inline blower here, and that'll hook to your helmet. I don't have a helmet capable of that, so it is just going to blow air on me while I'm sitting there on the grid waiting. It's a fire system down there. Running over here, the pool is on the far side. So here's a fuel filter. Runs from the fuel cell in the back. Side exhaust here, 3.5-inch exhaust. It's rather loud. This here is a jack puck, or a little jacking stand. There's a bar slide in here, put the jack underneath it, lift it up and lift up the whole side of the car. That way you don't have to worry about going underneath and finding any metal to hook to. There's the front. There's a little rivet here on the lower grills pop loose. It's on my to-do list. I got a list to keep track of before it goes to the track. Things I can do to it to make it a little better. If you notice all the screw holes around the front, those are for an air dam that I remove to make it easier to get in and out of the trailer. 2 brake cooling ducts on either side. There's the lower one, there's the top one. Once I take the hood off, you'll be able to see where those go a little better. Of course, 2 tow straps. I got a winch in the trailer to help make it a little easier to load. Transponder number here on the side. It is hardwired with a transponder. This plug in here, the oil reservoir is in the back, and this, you plug this in and leave it sitting in, and it will heat up your oil. So when you first fire up the motor for the day, your oil's already a little warm. Has a Richardson containment seat, as you can tell. Race Whip 6-point harness. Has a Jericho 4-speed transmission. Not a whole lot of play in that. These lines right here are for the cool shirt system. Let's see what else is in here. Replace the steering wheel with a Summit steering wheel. I'm a little taller, so I wanted to get my knees up underneath here. I couldn't really get to the brake pedal very well with the original one on there. Your basic, these are electrical power. Turn that on, you get power to the car. Ignition, starter button, fuel pump, your defrost and wiper. If you're running in the rain, it does have a defrost and wiper on it. Helmet blower. Here's a switch for the cool shirt. I'll take the trunk off here in a minute and show everything there. Water temp, tachometer, oil pressure, oil temp, volts, and fuel pressure. Here's your brake bias. If you want to change that from front to rear, it does have 2 master cylinders for the brakes. Alright, give me just a second. I'm going to take the hood off. Alright, so got the hood off. It's just held on. It sits on top of these. It's held on by these little clips here. Not much to it, just very thin fiberglass hood. Want to make sure you don't crack it when you take it off. This is a 6-liter. I'm going to butcher this pronunciation, but a Schwenke, not quite sure how you say that. 6-liter LS2. Was built to the SCCA GTA rules by Schwenke. Again, sorry about butchering the name. Don't quite know the output on it. Like I said, this car is pretty new to me. It does have a Holley carburetor underneath there, if you can see it. Turn 1 power steering box right here. It has PFC brakes. Those might be kind of hard to see down in there. There's the back of the caliper. It has PFC brakes, all 4 corners. Here's the brake cooling ducts I was talking about. Here's the lines running to those. You got 2 for each one of the fronts. Big wicks oil filter right there. There's your brake over there. Let's see what else we got in here. Radiator. This here is your air intake. It is ducted in through the front here. Like I said, I got that one rivet over there I got to redo, but it's ducted in through here. This is gold foil wrap to kind of keep the intake temperatures down. Goes to the top of your carburetor here. Go around the other side for your coolant. Little reservoir here. It is cold. I haven't cranked it yet. It's coolant there. And then other than that, other than whatever they do when they build the motor, it is, for all intents and purposes, a 6-liter LS2. So coils, plugs, wires, all that, other than that crazy header right there, is pretty easy to deal with. You can kind of see the chassis of the car underneath there. There's not a whole lot to these cars. They're pretty much glorified go-karts. Just a big tube chassis, some sheet metal hanging off the sides, and a big V8 motor. SR racing coilovers on it. Has HAL control arms, HAL rebuildable ball joints. Let's see what else we got. I took the trunk off while I was doing that, so I'll show you that real quick. So here's a 22-gallon fuel cell. It's nice and low in the car. Batteries back here too, offset across from the driver to kind of help with weight distribution. This here is the cool shirt. It's normally strapped in. I loosened all that to show you. The water goes in here with ice, and once you flip that switch in the cockpit, it will pump it through those lines that hook to a shirt that the driver wears to keep you cool, circulate cool water around your chest there to kind of keep some of the temperatures down. If there's anything else you have questions about, put it in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. I'm still learning this car. I go to the track next month at Rockingham with NASA Southeast, so that's why I got it out. I'm gonna put it in the garage here. Got the 4 jack stands. Oh, here's the jack bar I was telling you about. This here, pretty substantial piece of metal, slides in, and that way you can jack up the side of the car without having to put it underneath there. And it's bright orange, so that hopefully you don't take off driving down the track and sling this out somewhere. Don't forget about it. But if you have any other questions, let me know. I have my to-do list on the car, going over nut and bolting the car, going over it, learning all the systems, so I'll try to take some videos of that as I do it. Hope you like the video. If you do, please like and subscribe. Thank you.